This for my young nigga grinding when that's still rolling. I caught a pay like a blind man. I fought that bitch in the feed, man. Bitch in the rock like a tie touch. Mixing the soda like Paradise. Twist up some dirty, my nigga. That twist up some dirty.
Girl, MoClassified. I'm here with Andrew Parker of ImperialxEmpire, Imperial Houston. Y'all a story. Avant-garde, I don't know, people from Houston that's, you know, in that scene. I went to Avant-garde maybe like a year ago, and I came in, I sat down on the patio. That was my first time at Avant period. So I'm like, I look to my right, I see a whole rack of vintage clothes. I'm a thrifter, like that's all I do. I really don't even know how to shop at a regular store. So I'm just a thrift store type of person, but this was like classic, vintage. I actually got this jacket on that day. No, it was the next day. But anyways, I look, I'm like, who is this in the middle of the club scene with a whole rack of vintage, classic jerseys, jackets, everything. Coogee, Tommy Hilfiger, and I'm just like so amazed at the hustle just being smack dab in the middle of everybody smoking, hookah, drinking, turning up, but he out there hustling with his rack of clothes, just waiting on somebody to make a purchase. So the next time I looked at the rack, I said, I'm coming to Avant and I'm buying something. So I walk up to the rack, I'm like, dang, what should I get? And then I told him I'll be back at the end of the night. He didn't believe me though. He's like, you ain't coming back. Like, why are you lying? Like, why are you saying, you know, you're not coming back, you're not about to buy nothing. I said, I bet you're going to have to give me what I buy for free. That's how I know I'm coming back. I bet you. He said, oh, no, never mind. All right, bet. 2 minutes left. They shutting everybody out, putting us out of Avant. I came back, got this jacket, and then I just been shopping with this man ever since. So you need to shop with this man. Definitely. But tell us the come-up story from basketball to Imperial Houston.
Well, okay. Basketball, from the southeast side. I went to LaPorte High School. Came out of high school, the #1 point guard in the city. Ended up going to UNCG, that's North Carolina, Greensboro, if you don't know. Graduated in 4 years, was a 3-year captain. It was selling clothes while I was playing basketball in college. Needed money. You know, you get only a certain amount of money in college. Everybody thinks it's all good when you're an athlete, student athlete, but you broke. But you are covered school-wise. Other than that, you don't have any money. So I started hustling, doing this, really selling out the dorm, selling out the trunk, selling. They used to let me set up in the EUC, which was like right by the cab. So yeah, student center. I used to sell there, and you know, people knew me for 2 different things. They knew me for basketball, they knew me for selling clothes. They really didn't put it together. So when I came back to Houston, you know, I linked up with Trey, which is Trey's Vintage, and then we kind of just combined. You know, did pop-up shop together in Vaughn, and then we did a store together. You know, where it's on Main Street, where his is at now. And then from that, it just evolved. You know, from Instagram, you know. Social media is a motherfucker for real. Like it's just a beast. So I ain't gonna lie, support from Houston and basically North Carolina base has been a lot of like nationwide support, and that's why I'm here where I am today. So
did you know Trey beforehand? Like
did not know Trey. Did not know Trey. We met on Instagram. That's what's funny about it. Yeah, did not know Trey, but Trey's a good dude. He helped me out a lot. I helped him, and you know we kind of just evolved together. Now we have our own stores. It's pretty tight. So. Okay.
And then vintage. Why did you choose vintage? While you were in college, like what made you say I'm going to set up at the student center and sell some vintage clothes?
I ain't gonna lie, vintage always stood out to me. You know, everybody was wearing mall stuff. You know, wearing the same everything. Like I'm looking at Hollister, I'm looking at Aeropostale. I'm like, man, these cats look like mannequins.
Right.
So the vintage, especially like I'm born in '92. I grew up on Fresh Prince, Martin. You know, all those type of shows. That's what I wanted to wear. Right. So everybody started thrifting and this and that. You know, you just start. Become inspired by all 90s stuff. So that's why I started wearing and then started selling what I was wearing. Like people was like, yo, hey, where you get that from? Where you do that? I got a closet full of this, man. Right. So I found like a little niche in the market and started small and ended up becoming big. So.
Okay. What would you say has been the biggest struggle on this entrepreneurial journey?
Biggest struggle? Just trying to be consistent. Be consistent. It's tough because a lot of days money not there. It's not there. But like you just keep being consistent, you'll be fine. But like people don't really see the hustle. They don't see the online shooting website pics. They don't see the the late night hours where you're like literally like trying to figure out how to sell this and sell that and how to whip it. They don't see that. They just see you selling something for $90, and they be like, why is that $90? I put 24 hours of work into this. You know what I'm saying? To find this and then make it presentable. So that's why people just they struggle with understanding the hustle. So that's probably the hardest part of the entrepreneurial show.
And then what advice would you give to other people that want to be entrepreneurs?
Advice?
What are the steps to, making that happen?
Well, first thing I would say is that you got to be 24 hours dedicated. Like, you got to be dedicated. Like, you might have to quit your job.
Right.
Like, you really want to be serious about this, like, you need to, like, really understand that it's going to take a daily effort. When I mean daily, I mean, like, 24 hours. I'm always doing it, regardless. Like, I can be in the store, I'm online. If I'm not in the store, I'm online. Like, it's just vice versa. There's always something coming up, and then you got to hustle, you got to promote. So you got to realize that you got to brand yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's not just, all right, I'm gonna do it today and then get up tomorrow like when I want to. People forget that when you work for yourself, if you don't make the money, it don't come in. It don't roll in. Right. You can go to the job and chill and get paid for 8 hours. Right. If you don't do it, I'm just on the clock, but you are the clock. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta hustle. So I would just say be consistent. Be super dedicated to it because like I say, it all falls back on you. So
what about quitting the job before the money even there? Like you said, some days the money not there.
Right. Well, you gotta understand when you have a job, that money gonna roll in. But like if you quit your job and you put all your hours in, because if you understand, like, okay, if I'm there 8 hours, that could have been 8 hours I was doing for myself. Right. Getting my business right. So they got to calculate that. Don't look at it as money. Look at it as time. Because time is money. A lot of people don't understand that, but as an entrepreneur, you got to understand that time is money. So if you spend 8 hours at a job, you got to understand that you could have been literally 8 hours, 10 hours into like evolving your business. So I would say that too.
Yeah, probably more hours than a regular job.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Exactly. Let's see, who is your style idol?
Style idol. Taz Arnold by far. Yeah, I would say Taz. Can I include somebody else?
Yeah.
For real. Okay. Taz. For real. And I gotta throw Kanye in there because his whole attitude about everything. I rock with him. I really understand where he's coming from, how he feels about certain things.
You could have went back to Fresh Prince in the 90s.
Yeah, I could have went back, but all this is not vintage. Like you can see, if you look in the store, like it's evolving piece by piece.
Right.
Like one day, 90s vintage is not gonna be cool anymore. You know what I'm saying? So the store is always gonna be evolving. I like it personally, but everybody's not gonna like this forever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, those three, I would say Taz, Pharrell, and Kanye for sure.
Okay.
For sure.
And then tell me who you respect strictly for their grind. Who is your, I guess, entrepreneurial idol or hustle idol?
I'm not gonna lie, it's a guy that I'm actually partnered with now. I'm actually head of his original 1991 line. I'm president now. Yeah.
You're president?
Yeah, I'm president now. Yeah. We just partnered up about a month ago. So that guy right there. Yeah. He's from New Jersey, man. I'm not gonna lie, he grinds like me. So I look at him across the country. I'm like, damn, what did he do today? Right. And I'm looking at it, bam, he did this, he whipped him that. So I'm like, okay, what do I gotta do? Like, he literally, like, we linked on Instagram. I'm telling you, Instagram is the new LinkedIn. Right. I don't know, it's weird. But like, we linked up, we have 2 different lanes, but it's the same hustle. Right. You know what I'm saying? He does his own lines and stuff like that. They don't sell vintage. I sell vintage, and I'm kind of branding off into my Imperial line. But like, which has been positive, by the way. Thank you all. Yeah, but I respect his hustle because it's literally 24 hours grinding daily. So I would say him. Yeah, especially he's 23 too.
Okay, I didn't know he was
he's young.
But I saw him at a pop-up shop at Howard Homecoming. And same thing, I'm like this man in the middle of Howard Homecoming. Everybody drunk, everybody turned up, and he got his booth like, what y'all buying?
Right.
HBCU gear. Right here.
He has that fire, no lie.
Right.
He has that fire.
Imperial Houston, tell us about that, coming from, you starting your own line now, branching out.
Right, you're branching out, expanding. Imperial Houston is definitely vintage inspired, but it's like you can tell we're having our own lane. Like the brick phone, everybody loves the brick phone. Everybody loves it. So we picked the right logo for it.
And at the right time.
At the right time. It's all about time. Yeah. Well, Hotline Bling came out, they was like, oh, you did it. No, I'm like, no, we been at the brick phone, bro. Like it was just it matched at the timing of it. So like people really love it. I've been seeing it in Galleria. I've been seeing it in Pearland, this and that, random places, man. We didn't make that many the first run. They like 25.
Stores, you see it on people.
I see it on people. Gotcha. Yeah, hey, saw it do it Chick-fil-A when I'm like, okay, you know what I'm saying? I'm rocking with you, but the brick phone really means a lot because it's like 90s era, but it also symbolized like, okay, who only had a brick phone in the 90s? Yeah, rich white men or drug dealers. You know what I'm saying? Who influence fashion? Drug dealers. So like you want to dress like a drug dealer, you can match it with the brick phone. You don't have to do this and that. You can just throw the brick phone hat on. So yeah, whatever. Like you know what I'm saying. So it's a tight field to the Imperial Houston line. We're coming with a lot more stuff. I'm actually partnered up with Kyle from Duke, New Jersey. We're working like around the clock to get this rolling. So yeah, watch out for Imperial Houston, man. We're coming.
And then the studio, what are we about to become rappers too? All in one?
No, it's all connected. We got a lot of stuff going on. That's why I call it MacGregor because there's a lot of stuff going on. We got Imperial Studios, we got Imperial Mag coming on the way. We're actually starting our own like stitching company. The other blue building over there, that you probably didn't notice it, but that blue building will be a stitching company, custom, stuff like that. Produce your own stuff, yeah, exactly, yeah. So we've been popping stuff out of the blue. So yeah, Imperial Studios is where we're at now. Got my boy Chris Carter, the head of it, and also the girl you just saw, Chelsea. She does the photography. Chris Carter does the production and the DJing, and they work out of here. I also have a dude named Reverend Davis who does all the graphic design. So we're working as a team. I'm trying to convince them like you can do this. You know what I'm saying? From an entrepreneurship level. Like you don't have to work at Home Depot or like you know what I'm saying. You can do what you're trying to do. You just got to be at 24 hours. So.
Right. Okay, and then shoe game. I mean, we've been talking about clothes. So
right.
Like, what's the shoe game?
I ain't gonna lie. I just got these in right here. I like these Baked Pumas. Whatever the Baked Puma collab. Baked Puma collab. Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
Not too many people in Houston had it. I have not seen these, so I'm feeling kind of good about these. They're comfortable too. But like shoe wise, I mean, I like Jordans. I like Nike. But really, what I really like, honestly, God, is like anything Nike Air. Anything Nike Air. Okay. Yeah. Anything Nike Air, like, cause
like I see you in there.
Yeah, Nike Air, like the fours about to come out. I gotta double up on them. I gotta grab two. One the dog out at work and one keep in the box. But like the Nike Air is so important because Nike Air was for black people. Like, yeah, it was definitely for black people. Like black people were wearing Nike Air, and once Jordan branched off the Jordan brand, they started calling it Nike. That's for white people. That's not for us. Nike Air, that's what all the crazy colors and all the patterns, they were going crazy back in the 90s. Like that's for us. So I rock Nike Air stuff. So
yeah. That's a good little fun fact.
Yeah, it's a little fun fact for you. You gotta make stuff.
Okay. And so are you gonna be in the studio doing a little something?
Honestly, I'm just the head. Just the head. I'm not gonna be rapping or anything like that. Okay. If I do, you'll be the first to know.
Okay. So do you wanna give us a little freestyle with this? I know you can.
Listen. Freestyling, that's not my thing. I'm more on Birdman, like I'm that guy in the background, you know what I'm saying, doing this, you know what I'm saying, showing the cash and shit, you know what I'm saying, showing the cash. Go ahead, I'm getting in the back.
Right.
So in the video, all the way.
Okay.
Coming to Imperial Records.
Right. We sitting here with the Diddy of Imperial Records, man, the CEO. He building an empire right now. Y'all just heard it. We got the brick phone. We got the sewing machine coming. If you need any designs, you got to build a brand, anything. You can learn a lot from this. Interview tips, entrepreneurial tips, hustling tips, anything. You heard it here first. Y'all need to come shop with this man. I'm telling you.
Already.
He fly. He got me fly today.
Check the gear.
Right here off of Scott, right by TSU. But please come shop with this man. Like I said, y'all heard it here first. MoClassified, and we out.
Peace. Imperial Records.
This for my young niggas grinding when stats them rolling. I see your loyalty paying off. I see you grind the paying off. I see the